Oh, God.
Oh boy.
What was
everywhere.
Yeah.
What was in that brownie?
So yeah, to note, I'm not doing too hot on sanity, cause Jordy's back.
Oh, so I'm the reason for
Oh
your
no,
insanity?
no! Listen, it's
No, it's
merely
me.
a coincidence. You're perfectly sane-inducing.
No, Logan's losing his shit because of that laugh I had the previous session.
Jordy,
It
what?
was a really fun
Jordy,
time.
what did you put in those brownies you gave us?
No
All I
way,
put in
that
there was
guy.
peanut butter. I mean, no one's allergic to peanut butter, are they?
It's
I don't know.
a wonderful concoction. You can hardly taste the drug in it, can you?
We did that last time, didn't we?
Yeah, you're right. We did do that exact
Yeah.
same thing last time.
It's
with the
fine.
meat.
What I was just thinking is, like, you guys were stuck on brownies. I was gonna be like, it was the only way to... The what?
Oh,
So I'm chilling, just staring at the fire for a little bit to let the sandy come back. So this gives me a chance to catch Jordy up to speed. So, what's happened since you were gone? So we survived. So we were going down an elevator shaft. We got that thing working. We crash landed, made it into the prison because Alexander Brandenburg was a bad man, if you can imagine. And he unfortunately convinced Daniel to do some equally bad things we had just learned at the end of the last part. Basically, torture people so that, you know, the more people you torture and kill, the more energy you acquire from that. Get out of here, buggies. I'm staring at the fire. I'm staring at the fire. I'm not going crazy. Get out of here. And because of that, they would, like, do this because it would apparently, like, it would stave off the Shadow's corruption by, let's find, look at this fire then. Can I touch, oh, wait,
I don't
I'm
think
picking
you
up
want to
these,
touch it.
scissors. Anyway, so we learned that they were doing this, and we also met up with Agrippa. Agrippa being an old colleague of sorts to Alexander Brandenburg, and he's given us the task of we want to try and create a tonic that I learned about in this note here, because he may be able to help us. And some people may argue it's not the best ending. I like this ending because, you know, it requires a little bit more puzzle solving, and I think it has a nice sort of optimistic outlook. So that's our plan. And now the other thing is that the orb that started all this dang nonsense, it's shattered, and we need to find the pieces of the orb. The pieces will be found in 6 torture chambers throughout this particular part of the the labyrinth, or the lower, like, levels of the castle. We are heading towards the more difficult part first, because I'd like to try and get a little excitement going in this and maybe freak Jordy out a bit. So,
Before
That's
you
why
get
we're
too
heading to the-
deep in there, don't forget mine Arby's.
I was just gonna say, wow, a lot really happened.
Don't you
Time
give me
really-
that there silent treatment.
and
Yes, a
don't
lot
forget the meats. I remember you still held on to it, and you were waving it right in front of me like a bastard before you left.
it was a very fun time, Jordy. So that's where we're going. We're going to head down into the choir, the main hall. Note that this is one of the most dangerous parts of the game, in that there's going to be a lot of brood spawns. Now we've been facing more of the actual monsters themselves, Jordy, and we're going to try and keep an eye out for any tonic, any tonic ingredients. And you want to follow the pipes. However, I don't want to go that way. We want to go this way.
Man, I can't see shit.
As far as, like, what to expect as far as monsters go, like, are there any particular we should keep an eye out for? Like, do we have to deal with any more Karens?
No more Karens, except for the one that we need to feed the meat to, because we need to get that ingredient from him. But we're going to mainly be looking out for... We're looking out for brutes, such as...
It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had
It was you who did it. It was you.
when you first discovered it, none
There's
of
going to be a lot of brutes wandering around this place, which is why I'm going to try and keep to the walls. Because if it finds me, it's going to be a problem, because this is a very open area.
Man, why couldn't it just been more flap lips?
I know. Now we're dealing with the ones that have the blade arms, and I don't care for them. So I'm keeping an eye on my sanity, keeping an eye on my... I'm being in the darkness for too long. And, Yeah, and
Oh, someone caught you.
Oh, where are you?
there.
Well, I hear it, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I hear the sound that alerts me to someone's presence.
Why don't
There you are.
There you go.
Now I saw you.
Better
If
get
only,
out of there.
if only you had your running sneakers.
I don't think they had sneakers back in this timeline.
Get me
Out
in
the
there!
Oh, flashback time.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have
Gaps?
decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
Oh.
They'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
You sound like you speak from experience,
You also sound like you're getting a little too much enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, just that whole thing of, like, they might die. It just makes me think back to, like, Spyro 3, where the sorceress is going on and on about the torturous ways they'll kill the baby dragons, and then Bianca's like, wouldn't that kill them?
Well, let's make sure that, and also, like, you've been killing, it's like, yeah, I just need their wings. It's just killing them just removes the whole wriggling around bit.
It's like, what do you think I was going to do with those dragons? Open a zoo?
So anyway, so I almost nearly died. Those things can two-shot you very quickly, but it looks like you do heal a little bit over time, or you can use a laudanum to heal yourself quickly. So again, we're keeping an eye out for various torture devices, such as the wheel. You string them up, you tie them. The murder zones were tied. They turned the wheel slowly but with intent, so the rope secured around his leg would stretch and crack the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. So they took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Yeah, it's pretty messed up stuff that's going on here, but orb pieces. This is what I'm after.
Ah,
One of them down.
okay.
So, anywho,
Just be careful.
Doug,
Get
how
sharp.
things been going on with you in Spooksville?
One of the games, because of one of the Knights mechanics kicking my ass. I haven't gone back to it yet.
Oh. That's right. I still got to look up that tutorial to see if I can like.
I think I know
learn,
what
and,
to
you know, I
do
don't think
now
that
because I
opens the case.
I think I somewhat figured out what it's fake, what the laugh is fake or not.
Oh, okay.
I think, but
Well,
I'm gonna
best of
test
luck
that out
on
when I
that.
can.
Okay. Well, best of luck with that. I know that's a. I think 4, like has.
Mario?
I think 4 has. I think 4 has my least favorite mechanic, but from what you're claiming is true, there's the brute. It saw me, but if what you're telling me is true,
Let's
Surely
see.
can't reach me from up here.
well, if what you're telling me is true, then 3 has the more difficult gameplay overall.
I agree. Free has a very difficult
mine-
gameplay because if you're not paying attention to anything, you are fucked, and that's why I'm leaving it last to
Yeah, well-
record.
Well, 3,
Understood.
well, 3, from what I understand, is definitely a lot more randomized by comparison. Oh, for people that need context, we're talking about FNAF.
Yeah, depending on what
Also,
time
okay,
this even
we
goes
found
live.
Fair enough. We found the first ingredient I can use. The poisonous gland of a mushroom. So, let's use the old hammer and chipper. Yoink.
Good thing the blood from that other guy is helping us stave off the poison.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
You know, totally
The bronze
safe and
bull.
sanitary.
Is that a cow?
Yeah, are you not familiar about the bronze? Are you not familiar with the bronze bull, Jordy?
Oh, duh. Bible.
Well, not just that. The bronze bull is a form of torture. Brass bull. My apologies. Where it was a bowl made out of brass. I don't know exactly why it had to be shaped like a bowl, but basically you would put someone in this solid metal brass container and then ignite a fire underneath it, heating the metal and thus the person inside.
Maybe it's
And I guess
maybe just because of how claustrophobic it is.
I guess the cruel irony is that the screams that would then be heard would sound like a bull from outside.
Well, I was just thinking is before you guys went into the depths of that, I was gonna be like, I was gonna be along the lines of like, they're murdering inside a cow.
Light.
Yeah.
I know you're hiding a body in there.
But actually, no,
Yeah, see-
I got it all wrong. It's not brass bull. It's a golden calf that's in the Bible.
Gotcha.
Right.
Well, you know, they're both metals. They're both cows.
Ah,
Easy
hang
to
on. There's
mistake.
our orb piece.
Eh.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Bye-bye, cow.
Listen, there are similarities in why, people get really stupid when they think
Stay together.
believing in the wrong way.
Yeah, we need the tar. Yeah, the pieces are not going to stay together until I can get into that, like, round area and, like, put some of this tar on them. For
We
now,
need to find
have
a
keep
very
moving
good
this piece.
adhesive. Where's some flex glue in this place?
Oh, shit.
As if that was
Now.
invented back then.
Now we have some tar.
We need some flex tape.
To show
Again.
you the healing
Case in
power of
point.
flex. It's like, to show you the healing power of flex tape, we sawed this man in half.
I was about to go there too. You brilliant bastard. That's great. Alright, I need to find a bridge, because we're not surviving this fall otherwise. Bridge.
So, do y'all want to hear about my time in the basement?
What?
Tell me
if
about
you
the
want to
time in the
share,
basement.
sure.
Well, let's just say this. It was cold. I had nothing on but a sweater and some
Yes.
yoga pants. And I had a water bottle to drink, thank God. And a little candle. And I will say, I was very annoyed by the Shadow's screaming moans at first. But then I kindly asked it to just chill the fuck down, please. And then he was like,
Can it work?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize you were so sensitive. I mean, don't mind me. This is a force of habit. I have a touch of the tism.
You know what?
Listen,
Touch of
maybe
the
if
tism.
you lost your best friend slash sister figure by gunfire, you'd understand why I make these howls of the night.
Oh, if Matt were here, he would say that this is historically inaccurate. Iron
Yep.
Maidens are never a thing. Red Orb, though. Thank you.
Red
was
orbs
just
were
some
never a thing.
It was a crazy superstition.
Why am I having a big ringing in my head? Oh, it's crystal clear.
Crystal,
Solving
sir!
puzzles.
You know, I'm thinking
Solving
about
puzzles, but
just random thing. You
Yes.
mentioned the iron. Oh, was it?
no, it's just the fact that I'm still finding it funny the phrase "touch of the tism," like it's like an Irish like a phrase. I thought that was very humorous. That was the first time I've
That's-
heard that.
That's just something my sister calls it because I'm not the only one in the family who has autism.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's just a funny joke for all of us. You know, just a touch of the tism.
No worries. I am beelining for the door because we are done with the choir.
I wonder if anyone's ever done a mod of this where all the enemies were replaced with a blot.
Maybe.
Oh, like the Phantom Blot?
Yeah.
Impossible. Actually, it was something I was going to save on mentioning until like at the end of the game when I was going to talk about some of the custom stories. But apparently, they've still been doing some custom story mods, like frictional games. Like every now and then, will like host a contest to see who can like make a mod. And like the most recent one they did back in May was like who can make a cool escape room out of this.
Interesting.
I can see this
Yep,
being a good
and,
escape room simulator.
They don't all have to be spooky either, but like they just use their engine. I think it's like HP1, HP2. It's they've been using the same engine since like Soma and Amnesia: The Bunker. I don't know what engine Chinese Room did. Hey Agrippa, how you doing?
Oh, you know, just hungry. Was hoping that maybe someone could, oh, I don't know, get me the Arby's that I know you have behind your back.
That ain't gonna happen today. I need because it's either this or you don't get to come with me into immortality potentially.
Oh, and you,
That's what he's telling me about.
Oh, and you misunderstand me. This meat wasn't from Arby's. It was from White Castle.
I shall pass. Yeah, that's okay. That's what you explained now. That's our goal is build the orb, get in there, and when Alexander completes his idea to build, completes the portal to try and take him to the other realm, toss Agrippa's head in there. We'll talk about how that's going to be possible later. For now, let's go to the next area. But yeah. All right, let's go get that material from the Karen. Down you go.
Down there.
Nope, just send the meat down.
Bon appetit.
Oh.
Did you just say bon appetit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done that before.
That is funny. I've never heard that before.
Oh, something's pulling the rope. It's like fishing.
I got a live one.
Something's biting.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
The bone with the secretions and the it's a bone covered in the mucus of the Karen. So thus, we got that particular material done.
Real quick, I'll let you say your thing, Jordan, but for some reason I was half expecting, like, when you reel it back up, like, it's still kind of like the rope, it's for some reason just wrangling about, almost as if the Karen's clinging onto it like a devil-damn trout.
That actually would be interesting if it was, like, still invisible even then, but yeah, for now, we've done what needs to be done.
I was expecting Sadico's body.
The easier of the... Just saying.
If you know, you know.
Now, what were you trying to say, Jordan?
You mentioning, like, the big fishing thing from Sonic Adventure 1. My girlfriend, Jazzy, she was doing a stream of it, like, months ago, and when she got to Big Story, she had, like, the most difficult time with Big, like, especially the part where, you're supposed to pick up a stone and put it, like, in the slot in order to open the gate, and every time it just was not cooperating, and she's like, Big, pick up the stone! Big, pick up the stone! Big! Big! Oh, thank you for finally picking up the stone.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Like, I don't know if it's, like, a problem everyone has, but from my experience, Big is definitely one of the buggier aspects of SA1.
I mean, I'll also argue it's just not the most, like... There's some things about it that's not immediately told to the player.
Yeah, that's okay, though.
Which is also funny considering that once you know exactly what you're supposed to do, that whole story is probably, like, that thing goes down way quicker than you'd think.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're talking more about they want feed them the and that's actually pretty goddamn like sinister. So again, this note is talking again about the Vitae, again, that dog experiment where if something's in fear in this universe, if something's in fear and then you're doing like fighting and like torturing and like giving it pain, then its body, like through that adrenal gland or through the adrenaline or fight or flight, it produces this substance that can then be used to like either reach his dimension, abstain and push off the shadow, whatever. And so they're talking about how don't do so much pain over and over again, like the Joker said. Never start with the head. It makes the victim all like woozy, and they're not gonna feel the see? No. But they're talking about not only waiting for the pain to subside before torturing again, they're also saying that after each session, feed them this amnesia drink that will make them forget everything that happened. That way, the next time you torture them, it's a quote-unquote fresh new experience for them. Which, yeah.
I mean,
Gross.
yeah. I mean, the last thing you want to the last thing you want to go drinking is use sweat.
Yeah. Oh, another flashback.
I think the last thing you want to drink is sweat. Period.
Exactly.
Demonic Sultan. This is a little like redeem myself. The black.
Hasn't a stunt like that's been done on Jackass before?
Of what?
Drinking sweat.
Yes, the sweat cocktail where Preston Lacey, the hefty one, wore a like clear cellophane suit, and can I make the pain do the thing?
What's the thing?
He wore the thing that makes the mean face that James knew about, well, he did a bunch of workout, and then they wrung out the suit into a cup and had Steve-O drink it, I think, or Aaron McGeehee, I forget who they had do it, but
the things they do for clout.
It was a wonderful, wild time. I mean, to be fair, the stuff that they were doing then is still considered tame by like today's YouTube prankster, like.
I mean, not wrong, but still, like to me, I don't think it's ever gonna top that slow-mo explosion that you showed us, especially with the one guy just being like,
Wee Man just spinning away. All right, next torture device to bring up at an inappropriate time. Just simply a weight at one end, this weight at one end, rope at another. You reel it up until his ankles snap.
Hmm.
Because the rope gets pulled away from the weight, and
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that's a dude.
no, it wasn't.
You
Well,
ever
that
wonder
reminds
why?
me, just oh.
Actually, hold on. Real quick. Have you ever wondered why Waluigi's so tall?
Oh, don't even go there.
I must be taller than Luigi by all costs.
It actually worked out in the end.
poor dude. Alright, that's one more orb piece down.
There's a
Let's go on
way
to the next
better
one.
way of actually getting taller limbs. It's called surgery.
Too expensive.
Maybe?
I mean, to be fair,
expensive.
in some regions that might as well be surgery.
You're a man. How can you partake in this? Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
He convinced Daniel they were all prisoners.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen? That's horrible.
Of course.
He was caught jaywalking.
In a public area.
Wouldn't it be funny if out of nowhere Nintendo releases their first ever Grand Theft Auto game that stars Waluigi?
What?
Like if they, like if his game was like Grand Theft Auto of sorts, and like you're running around being like a hooligan, like Bully, and
I mean, that would be kind of amusing. I won't lie.
Would be, yeah.
Oh, but before I forget, just going through these torture chambers, I was just reminded of, particularly with the the Iron Main, that's it. It reminds me of, I think I showed it to you guys, the one, Let Me Explain video about medieval times. Apparently there's a section of it where if you pay extra, you can go, like, look at, like, either replicas or whatnot of, like, medieval torture devices. And Rebecca made this joke about how, like, and I don't know why, but something about that room unlocked something primal in me. And cuts back to a younger version of her looking around. Well, I'm going to have a goth phase.
oh, I know. But yes, this is known as the cradle, where I suppose the way it looks like, I don't think there's a diagram in here. I imagine the idea is that you would chain somebody up and then force it and just have their body rest on this sharp metal point until just eventually their body would just give way. The arsenic kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off the impaler. Didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different. They could make him forget again, and again, and again. So, how's everybody doing for dinner plans tonight? I'm thinking I'm gonna probably go out and eat some Chinese food. I thought I'm in the mood for something nice. Then there was also, potentially Italian is also good right now, I hear. And then, in worst case scenarios, when does Mario Party Jamboree come out? I feel
Next
like
Next
week.
week at the time of this.
Next week? Good lord, I gotta catch
Sam
up
and
with my other games.
Sam and I just got the game on our Switches, which means, it's a week away.
I'm probably gonna
I
buy
should,
it possibly
grab
on the
that
day it
then,
comes
boy.
out, hopefully.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that, and then I gotta freaking remember to... I gotta freaking...
What was that?
Someone's being sawed in
Sounds like
half.
some... Saw it in half.
Heyo.
For my next magic trick, I will saw this motherfucker in half!
I don't like
Calm
this
down,
magic
calm-
show.
Calm down, Daniel. Oh,
Yeah, quite literally being sawed in half.
Okay. Well, let's learn about it, I guess. It was a rapist hanging upside down, tears soiled.
You know
with
what? He
blood flowing
deserves
from his
it.
belly. So...
Well, I mean, there's also the matter of if that was an actual rapist or if he was falsely accused of being one.
That's
Right,
also
it could have just been it could have just been like what Daniel thought was a rapist, but anyway. So what we want is the last orb piece. Get my sanity back a little bit, and more importantly, down there is blood, which will fulfill the final thing we need, which is the vitae. So the reason why I got that string earlier.
Working in
wait a
this kind of facility, you gotta imagine that all these people have destroyed their sense of smell.
Right. Also, I forgot something.
What'd you
What'd you
forget?
get?
I think I need a bucket. Unless, can I combine it with this? Oh no, I can't. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
We'll work
whew.
with this.
Whoop.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Backing up.
Because basically I can't reach the jar down there by myself. I gotta do the old Silent Hills thing on the end of a string trick.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought you were about to stick your hand in it, all James Sunderland again.
No,
That's who it
no,
was.
the Henry
Like,
Mason.
I was about to make that joke. I just forgot what the guy's name was for a second.
Yeah, James Sunderland, Henry Mason. What was the name of the girl from 3?
Heather Mason.
Heather Mason. And then wasn't the guy in 4 like the nephew or the uncle of James Sunderland?
Nah, he was completely unrelated. I forget his.
Okay.
I don't remember his name. Was it Henry?
I'll look it up. I think it is Henry, but
No,
I'll look
Henry
it up.
Mason was the first movie. Okay,
No,
because Henry
not,
Mason's
no,
the first one.
no,
Oh,
no.
Harry.
Harry Mason.
Harry and Henry. Okay. Boy.
Harryhausen.
But yeah, no, the protagonist of the room is completely unrelated to those guys. Though I know James Sunderland's father is a character in Silent Hill 4, and I think he was like the. I don't know if he was like a landlord or what. Like, he was an employee at the apartment that they lived in.
Yeah. And what he's referring to here is that it's very much advised that you collect all the ingredients before going where we're about to go, because note that the lab is still like boarded up. I can't go in there. But have you found it yet, Doug?
Henry Townshend.
Henry Townshend. Okay.
Oh, weird last name, but yeah, there you go. It was a Henry.
Hey,
Alright,
where are you going?
we're
Who
going
honestly,
because-
whose level of sleep depravity is probably far beyond what we'd be able to survive.
Right. Okay. Here we go. All 6 orb pieces, 7 rings in hand, or whatever the hell that song is.
Yeah, it's 7 rings in hand, even though we have
But
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 pieces we need. Let's go to the chancel. Let's repair that orb, and let's see if we can get some progress to breaking into that inner sanctum.
You know, we'll go by Sonic 1 logic. 6 rings in hand.
6 rings in hand.
Soon we will be able to completely restore the Orb of Confusion.
Yeah, Shadow's getting closer and closer. My lord. All right, onwards.
Oh, hello.
Oh no! Oh no! That's a lot of. Oh.
They swarmed me, like 3 of them.
Sleep, my incessant angel.
I don't want to go to sleep.
Then just one of them just comes out dressed up as Cuckoo. There's something weird going on in the body.
You know, it's funny because I'm pretty sure I've seen like a handful of pictures way back in the day of people posting images of those flap lip sort of enemies, and just like with the idea that they're feeling pretty today.
I feel pretty.
What the?
What was
They've
that?
thrown me in prison.
Oh, that was supposed to happen.
Yep.
Oh.
Man.
So here's now what can happen. We need to break out of here.
You had me worried. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I.
We're nothing alike.
Did you drink from the amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do.
Shut up.
You talked about redemption, how you would face the Orb's shadow and save our work and me.
Yeah.
I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow.
Just be live bait.
Friend.
If you wait 20 in-game minutes, the shadow will arrive and eventually kill me. I ain't dying that way today.
I ain't no
I'm
pussy.
gonna die by my own terms.
There are 2 ways out of this prison. Either grab that iron bar and we're gonna bash our way through that wall, or if you want to be a little, or if you want to be even cooler, I guess the idea is that once you've committed to one, you can't do the other. But basically, the other way you can do it is grab the upper bar, wiggle it free, and drag this bed over so that you can basically do the age-old-fashioned crouch jump up and over to break out, that way. But I think this way is more fun.
All right.
Okay.
Come on.
You know, some people are dumb enough to try to break through a concrete via just a plank of wood. This guy uses an iron bar on bricks.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
And a big support beam on the other side.
Okay, for a minute I thought it was like a creature that broke the wall on the other side. It's like, you're free now.
Continue.
I don't know what that sound was. Let's just get out of here. Yeah.
Oh, thank God it was open.
Let me see what's through here in case I can get all the items I need.
Kind of thing.
Paper down there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it should be said. Do we still have our stuff?
Yeah, no, all my stuff is still with me, including the orb pieces. They were very, I mean, fair enough. It's not like they knew. I don't think those things know what a freaking frisk search is. There's loads left to say. I write slowly to prevent myself from erasing the memories. When I first started, I felt like I was being buried inside a tomb, and I feel the close walls comforting. In my dreams, Alexander, I'm king. In my dreams, okay, guy just went crazy while in jail. Sad.
You know, in my country, I am a king.
I'm a king.
Oh,
Huh?
what just
What'd
happened?
you do?
Did you fall?
No, honestly, what I thought
suddenly...
is when you jumped over, it
suddenly a
looked like you
naked
hit your
man,
head on a pipe or something.
No, I guess a brute just suddenly came in while I was gone and killed a naked polygonal man, and
Well, that was rude of it.
Well,
it's just a little spookum. We don't need to worry about that.
Okay,
Let's
you say so.
just grab everything we can. We gotta get out of here.
Bucket.
Wooden bucket, why not?
Get the bucket. Just don't kick it.
Dear God.
well, you know, just in case
Oh.
we need, just in case we, just in case we need to take a pee break.
No,
I mean, like,
okay.
'cause
So,
how long have we been down here without using a bathroom? Well, we probably could use one at this point.
Oh God, don't get me started on that. I had to basically dig a hole in order to make one for myself.
we are going to
But
want
the shower
some
didn't
water.
help you? That was rude of it.
I forget what
I didn't
for,
say
but
it
we're
was
gonna want some
100%
water.
accommodating.
I just remember doing this my last playthrough, but I forgot for what. I forgot why I need water.
To make it more what?
Go. Well, I need water for something. I just forgot what. But I'll take it, just in case.
I
You
mean,
never know.
I got some
water's
water.
good for you. You gotta stay hydrated.
Well, that looked like
do,
very
that I
mucky
do.
water,
Oh,
so don't hydrate
now I
with
remember
that.
why. I remember why, because that's the key right there.
Oh,
Oh,
The
but
key
we
to
can't,
get out of here.
we can't reach it.
So now we do a Silent Hill 1 thing.
there we go.
Bingo.
I'm
One
taking this
rusty
bucket with
key
me.
coming up.
Never mind.
No, you don't need the bucket.
So,
Its purpose has been served.
don't need any more. So, we have one more big chase scene I gotta survive here. Otherwise, unique ending, but bad times for me. So, open this up. Run.
Run, run, run as fast as you can.
Because the shadow is coming.
Get back here!
Oh,
How are you gonna get
Come
out?
on.
yeah.
Come on. Come on. Get going. Just yeah, basically the shadow, like spirit with that gunk and stuff is all becoming okay. Other way. It is arriving quickly, and if it catches me in this hall, I am dead. Pretty much.
Try not to
Quick,
go into
before-
another dead end.
Quick before it drones you on with what it's telling, what it wants to tell you what it is.
I know that really cool Dark Beginnings episode, but I don't have time. It is interesting that when you're in the water, unlike the carrying, you actually hear like very slow, heavy thuds. Like this is like some giant or some like behemoth or
There you
something.
go.
but
We
made
lost
it
it
out.
in the cave.
Back to the canavel. And once we are here,
Think of how much slimier the prisons are now.
well, basically the shadow will. Oh, hang on, in the box. And what is this?
Another note.
Oh, flashback.
Oh, lordy Luke.
Oh boy. I remember the time where I passed out.
Just takes
Now
a note.
I remember.
Daniel passed out, and
Daniel passed out upon remembering what he did on the 21st night of September.
August 1839.
It
Everything's
says
wrong,
August
whatever.
18th. You got it wrong.
Unlock the power of
Man,
That was his memory that he got it wrong.
game, why'd you have to ruin my joke?
closing in on
Sorry.
me. I fear for my life more than ever.
No, I'm lying. I'm not sorry.
Just outside
Of course you wouldn't be.
there's a small settlement.
99% of the time I am sorry, but this is the 1% one time that I am actually not sorry.
so what are we doing at a dairy farm of a
Yeah, what is
man
this?
and kids?
Went there. visit.
Dairy farm.
Oh.
That have milk
oh
and
God,
eggs and cheese there.
Oh God, we just murdered a man and kidnapped his entire family and children.
As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children.
Oh boy.
We should have more than enough prisoners to finish.
Also,
the
looking at this rain is
ritual
making me
now.
very cold. Can we get an umbrella?
I mean,
Alright,
this is
I'll
before
turn
umbrellas
it
were
on.
invented.
fine, I'll turn off the rain. There we go. So,
Thank you.
again, Daniel did some very bad things, and that's why he really wants to make amends and fix this.
Daniel, buddy, you're going to hell.
No, I'm not. You don't know that.
What if I repent very, very, very hard?
Can I get more water? Come on, there's gotta be something here, right? No. Nope, never mind. Alright, fine. Headache is doing okay. Let's get out of here.
After that fucking drop you just did.
Oh,
Okay. Shadow's still
Okay,
about,
more.
and Shadow has very much spread the, the Black Arms goop everywhere.
oh, you know what? That reminds me of something I think Jordan might appreciate. A comparison we made while you were gone is that all the red gunk around kind of looks like something Carnage just upchucked.
Yeah, I think he had an upset stomach that day.
I just don't like it. It's icky. It's icky. It's gross. It's icky.
Would be worse if you were barefoot.
Oh, they put out all my torches I lit up. I was trying to make this dungeon feel like a home, and they take it all away.
Can you relight it?
They ruined the feng
No.
shui.
Nah, they outright just took out all the little stoppers.
Ah, guess now so now we're at a point where the tinderbox is completely useless.
They looked at our feng shui and said, "Fung that."
Ick, ick. But hey, they broke down the lab.
Oh, good.
So here I can make Vyre's tonic. So
Right.
let's get to work. So here's how this is gonna go down. First off, let's take our blood and let's turn on the gas.
Okay.
Let's start boiling it.
Take a whiff.
Take a whiff, take a whiff, Mr. Squidward. Next.
Don't be a stiff, Mr. Squidward.
Okay, next let's put this tonic down here so we can collect. Let's steam the poison gland. I don't want to. Oh, you know what? Sorry, we want to heat up the bone to extract the mucus off of it in a condensed format. Go. There it goes.
Oh.
Karen mucus. Finally. Put the tonic down here. And take the old poison gland and give it a good crushing.
Squeeze.
Almost. There it goes. And huzzah. Vyre's tonic.
It's green.
Let's go back to Agrippa. Yeah, Shadow, I know.
We'll get to your game later. We'll get to your game later.
And I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now.
Why don't you just say that?
Okay, here.
Drink this.
Take it.
Cup.
Just force it down.
Quickly, officer ahead. And then, whatever happens, get me through that gate.
Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out how to get your head off.
Do you have a weapon?
Throw a rock at it.
Oh! Stop that! No, what we want is Bonesaw. He's ready.
Double David. Bonesaw is ready. Oh, I won't budge.
Yep,
We gotta go
alright.
back.
Well, that's fine.
By me, I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Bayer.
But I assume why you're dead?
You never heard of Johann Bayer?
I don't know, I just made his tonic.
Probably the greatest man in history. And you don't know him?
Are we really gonna
kind
start, like, shaming me for my failed celebrity status now?
My
Oh.
God, you're such a poopy brain.
You know, just for that, you're not getting Arby's.
Hope you're happy. We just lopped off your head.
Off with his head. Oh, what was that?
Oh, grip
Oh,
a
that
sec.
was just the spikes. I accidentally
Oh,
walked into them.
okay.
I'm okay. So, again, trust me, he wants this. He's totally okay with this.
He consented.
He is chaos consent, and that's how we're going to get him into the next
Chaos
round.
consent!
Chaos consent. Not until we're married.
We're going. Shadow is viciously after me.
And he's after you.
I know. So again, that whole freaking trio ambush that happened back there was a scripted event. Now they're not going to be all there. I believe there is still going to be at least one guy patrolling the bridge. Let me see where he currently is.
Hello.
He's over on the left side. Okay.
If only we had a gun.
Man.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Let's see if I can
We could
make
just
this run.
How about we just hold up a grip and
Ow! He saw you.
That was just... No, that was just the floor again.
Ah.
Man.
We're gonna hurry. I like the blue fire. Anyway.
Okay, I guess we got some use out of that damn thing.
There it is.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's the inner sanctum.
Stargate.
However,
Sparky.
it kind of does. Don't it look like that? You ever? Anyway, let's see if we can do this. Orb. One. Let's get some tar in there. There it goes. Okay. Now. Come on. Just go in. 1. 2. 3.
4. And
There's
a
lot of pieces in this,
5.
lollipop.
Funny how they were all different
Huzzah.
colors, too.
Yeah, it's like a cool, like, mythical, like, bioluminescent or iridescent orb. But anyway.
Now it looks like
So-
the most ethereal bowling ball.
Yeah. So, the problem is that, yes, that's going to work on part of the force field, but the spinning gate itself is still, like, conducting a lot of electricity, so we still got to find a way to shut that part of it down, which means we do have to go back the way we came toward the brute again.
Aw.
Oh boy.
So, let's see where he is at. I can't tell where he's
Hey,
at.
Mr. Brood, where are you?
You're on the right side still? That would be really mean. I want you to be somewhere else. Well, we're gonna give it a shot. Oh. Okay. Let's
Looks
hope
like
you're
he's
not
gone.
still on this path.
Okay, bye-bye,
Better not
Mr.
be.
Brood.
Just behind me. Okay, yeah, we're good. Just the gears down there. Alright. Ooh, another flashback note.
10th of August, 1839. I cannot believe what I have become.
Yep.
One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down and... what is her life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent. But to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah, we did it bad.
I did a Lord Almighty, I did a fucky-wucky.
Now we gotta
Forgive me for
figure out
that
some
too.
way to
Like
fix this.
I know in the grand scheme of things that might not be quite as high a priority, but you know, while I'm repenting, I might as well repent for everything.
Yeah. Alright, here's the machine that's making all that, like, electrical racket upstairs. So, yeah!
Ow. I mean, what'd you expect? Some of that rock was likely gonna fly right in your face.
Hi. There we go. No more mechanism.
Yay!
Unfortunately,
I think I made a racket. I think he heard.
yeah, he might have heard what he heard what you did.
Oh,
You better go hide.
Yep.
Just in
Chill here
case.
for a little bit.
You never know.
Yep, we're just gonna chill for a second. We are nearly done with the game, everybody.
So what have you guys been up to lately?
Hiding in a dirty hole.
you know, as you do.
Typical Thursday.
My sense of the smell was destroyed like last Thursday.
Oh no, what
Oh,
happened?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just talking to this guy.
Yeah, he's talking about it.
Oh.
Okay. I thought you meant in real life.
Nah, my sniffer's still good.
Oh.
I'm not like that one Irish pup.
Yeah.
Or not Irish pup. No, it wasn't the Irish pup. It was the that one the bigger dog. I forget his name. The one with the one whose sense of smell pretty much failed and died.
Oh yeah. Okay, so he's going over to the left. So I am gonna go to the right.
Hi.
Gesundheit.
Is it?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
And then he just starts screaming bloody hell.
Okay, we're gonna chill here for a second. Wait for him to double back around and go back to the left, hopefully. Have you been doing anything for the spooky season so far, Jordy?
Not a whole lot, but, I will say this, in, like, less than 2 weeks, I'm gonna be visiting my girlfriend, you know, for our anniversary, which actually is today, by the way, but,
oh, nice. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. But, I think one thing we're gonna do, like, I don't know if we're gonna watch any scary movies, but I do want to at least introduce them to, Igor, you know, that animated movie?
I like
Alright, that movie.
Yeah. And we're also gonna watch, Venom: The Last Dance.
That
Will
is
that
true,
be
that
out
is
by the
coming
time you go
soon.
visit her?
Yeah, so, I'm visiting from the 22nd to the 26th. The movie itself comes out on the 25th.
Okay.
So I'll be seeing it the last day before I head back to New York.
Huh. It took all the power of the orb with it. Okay, well, in we go.
It's shattered once again.
Shadow's still after me, though. In we go. The inner sanctum. We have finally reached it.
The final tostada.
But
I
not
thought
the
you were about
actual-
to say. I thought it was going to be an instance where you were going to say tostada, but then you were like, "Wait, were those invented back then?"
No,
Shadow's still
I was
after me,
gonna
though.
say
Shadow's still
Final
after me.
Frontier, but it's like we're not in space.
Close! Okay. Bought myself a little bit of time. It's time to see what we can do around here before the shadow breaks through. Hello. Okay, it's just some usual ritual circles.
You know, nothing too out of the ordinary. You know, that's just a standard ceremonial dagger right there.
I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man.
Love the music in this game.
He
was
expects me
great.
to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination.
He was using you as a
Alexander,
means
I
to
will
an
kill
end.
you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster.
Blah blah blah.
Amelia wait my death.
Jeez, you make me feel like I'm the bad guy or something.
No one cares, Daniel.
I
Daniel.
cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
And thus, the idea of using the amnesia tonic came to him.
Should kill them all. Burn this castle.
The idea being that he would, since he wasn't strong enough or felt he was brave enough to face against Alexander, he gave himself the tonic, the amnesia tonic, and returned all the way to the top of the castle again to, I guess, either start fresh or hope that we could find the resources necessary to stop him.
And the courage.
And the courage and the guff. Let's go check the other side real quick. So in there is the Orb Chamber. That'll be where Alexander is. We just gotta open it up.
Alright.
See if there's anything else. That seems to be it. Okay. Let's open up Yield. Think of it like those synchronized keys that you do to set off a nuclear bomb, only more gothic. Prick the finger.
Oh.
Drip some blood into the old runic circle.
Oh.
There we go. That's one.
Now you gotta do it again. Find the pain.
Yep.
Man,
I love
imagine
that
if
it's like
it
it's
was.
like it's actually. I love that it's treated as if like I'm just like I took a lot of damage. It's like I cut my hand. It's not like I'm like about to die.
I thought you said you
unless-
pricked your finger.
I was about to say maybe the part of your
Supposed to
hand
be.
that you're cut had a big vessel in it.
Oh, man, I suck at this then. All right, let's chill out for a little bit to at least get my
Man, I
health
suck
back.
at this game.
I'm just not good at this. If it makes everyone feel better, the final boss will actually not be that taxing, if we can even call it a boss. Just wait for my health to come back a little bit. This is gonna have to do. Worst case scenario, I die right now.
Oh.
Drop some blood. Okay. Wake up. Wake up, Alexander.
Wake up.
Shadow's still coming. Ham boning, Mr. Daniel. Let's go.
I think
wasn't
it was
even
supposed to be
hand
just
boning.
like him slapping his face.
Yeah, slap in his face.
Shadow is here. We gotta get moving. Okay. And as I run, as that shadow is still after me, we have done it.
Open the
Orb
door.
Chamber. Terrible deeds were only committed by terrible people. Like Henry Bedloe, we now know about a new character. All right, let's beat the game.
Okay.
I can't wait to learn more about Henry.
I was wondering if you were going to show
Good
up.
grief, he's naked!
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Say,
get any
yeah, that
closer
man
to
has no
him.
pants.
Tell me,
I'm not gonna get any
Also,
closer
he's
to him. You
blue.
guys get the
Like,
gist.
clear now.
were you locked in a freezer
Yeah, he's
all
spectral.
this time?
The villain, good and evil.
So there are 3 endings from this point forward. We let him finish his entire speech as he's going to open a portal here and basically float into and be like, "Peace, yo," and leave me to deal with the shadow alone. I could start grabbing these pylons and shake them loose and basically destroy the entire thing. That would be another possible ending. Or we're gonna send Agrippa in. Oh, once the portal's ready though. It'll glow blue and stuff.
For now,
Close
we're
your
just, gonna
end.
have
Let
to,
him-
we're just gonna have to stand here and try to ignore the fact that his little wee-wee's exposed.
Yep, we're
Why don't you
grown-up
throw
channel.
Agrippa at him?
Wouldn't that be something? Just like a final dignity.
Another ending.
So again, it's kind of neat, but I would feel maybe a little anticlimactic after everything we've been through. It's just kind of like, so how's the wife and kids? Still another dimension torn from this reality asunder. That's
I
nice,
guess if-
that's nice.
I guess if you were to do things differently, though, how would you change the way this whole thing ends?
First of all, make this room a lot bigger, and so that let's say you want to go for the ending where you have to shake these loose, have them be spread out so that you actually need to like do a little bit of hoofing to like get to them and like climb up some towers or something. Not
Also,
This
I
room
feel
basically
like,
go-
like really make it seem like you're pressed for time.
3.
also, I feel like the room itself
4.
isn't
I can-
atmospheric enough.
Right, like have there be like a cool starry void. If I was to do an Amnesia remake, like have there be a big starry void up there, like have the shadow like coming down a hallway, you can see it like growing closer. Like there are definitely ways that this could be done. But for now, we just have to chill for a little bit longer.
Also, give that guy some pants. That'd be a nice update.
Yeah, like just give him a super long ZZ Top beard or something like that to cover it up. I could take that.
Literally give him a beard.
There it is.
Almost like, just like Ramu.
Oh,
Yep, a whole nother world, but it ain't for you. Oh, almost.
Oh.
I'll just chill. No, you ain't going home, Alexander. You're going to suffer for what you've done to the poor denizens of Earth.
Now,
I'm going to be going home though.
See you go.
You have ruined us.
Very well, Dick.
The shadow consumes him. The
Did you
shadow
just-
consumes me.
God damn.
Well, that was a bit
However-
of a sour note.
However, through whatever sort of ethereal realm my spirit may reside,
There he is. Do you see him, Vaya? He deserves so much more.
I don't see nothing but aside from some
Please,
lights.
help him. I know you can.
I guess he
Hey,
deserves
conscious,
a break.
am I dead?
Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
you see that man, Vaya? He owes me a beef and cheddar.
I'm just saying. I was promised Arby's, and one way or another, I'm going to kiss my demo there Arby's.
And in that bizarre way to end the game, that is Amnesia: The Dark Descent. That was the ending where we save Agrippa, send him to whatever that world is, so he can reunite with Vire and Wire, or whatever, however we're pronouncing it, and through Wire's help, who I imagine is just as smart, if not smarter than Alexander, they're somehow able to save my spirit, and what happens next is up to you. I like to imagine that the future, that the dimension they're in is like the Sneetches on beaches, where everybody has stars in their stomach and they're wandering the beach, all wondering what to spend their millions of dosh on.
And then you spend it on a con man that, like, forces you to change your identities just so he can make a quick buck.
Never trust a man with the last name McBean. It's probably just a good rule of thumb. Anywho, so yeah.
For the love of God, love your neighbors as you'd love yourself.
And wear pants.
Exactly.
That's it.
That helped.
I think that this is. I mean, it's now, having done it for the channel officially. Like it's not a super long game. But I think the fact that this was technically still an indie title, and again, I think the legacy of it as a YouTube game goes. I don't know how to describe it. Lenny Manella was a part of the voice direction and casting.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
so
interesting.
Here's the voice talent. Oh, Lenny Manella
Bill
was the
Corkery,
girl
that's
in
one
Mother
of
as well.
the Sonic Heroes actors, I think.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Oh, and Eric Newsom, he was Bowser at one point.
Oh,
Mark
Bill
Markey,
Corkery
that
was
was
Agrippa
Victor.
himself. No kidding.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
What a heck of
that explains it then.
That's a heck of a freaking casting.
Wow. But yeah, so it's the it just was really fun, and I enjoyed this game, and I think that to play it was very fun. And is that it? We have no more music. We had 30 seconds and we blew it in the credits. You can't play any other songs. Oh my gosh.
Show's over.
Fine.
Go home.
Go home.
Show's over.
But no.
Go home.
What did you? The end. And then there's that code there, ODN314. You may be wondering what that is.
Game Boy
Would you like me to-
secret code.
Honestly, would you like me to show you it?
Sure.
Why not? We still got some time to kill.
Okay. This is gonna probably take a little bit of some interesting editing, but I will show off what I can. So, and again, if I ever want to do a custom story, you would click on this and you could load your custom stories and stuff. So here's what has to happen now. We hit exit.
Mm-hmm.
And I am still recording all this at least, so I'll just have to, again, do some fancy editing to get around what I'm doing right now. So if we were to go to the game's files and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me share my screen in such a way where I feel comfortable showing this off. There we go. Share, I'll just share the whole screen by itself for you guys. You can just see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the Amnesia The Dark Descent files themselves, like here's the game files, found through Steam, you will notice a super secret I guess I could show that off here. Well, basically, so what would have happened is there's this super secret .rar file.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were to try and open it, it would want a password before you could open anything in it.
Makes sense.
This is what ODN314 is needed for.
I see.
Never mind. I think there's another password as well. Hold on. The way you unlock it is you actually need to do every one of the endings. So I got the Agrippa ending, which is the third one. Then you also need to get those two endings I described where you let Alexander win and you yourself break the whole thing apart anyway. You have to combine all of those passwords together to have LKE271, TYR299, and then ODN314.
That's a heck of a password if I've ever heard one.
Super.
Combining just to show that you did that. I already extracted it all, so if we scroll back up here, in the super secret folder is all the concept art and stuff for the game.
Nice.
Interesting.
Oh, nice.
There's Alexander, the Brute. Here's all sorts of different monstrous designs they were going to have worked on. The Flappy Lips McGee, like what the concept art for it looked like. Looks like something out. How's it going? It looks like something out of frickin' Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Kinda is.
Yeah. Also has hair, I just realized.
Yep, very faintly. There he is in his full form.
There's the Flap Lips McGee I know.
Whoa.
Boo, boo, boo. Apparently, I had a different design for another monster I could have faced at one point. Yeesh.
Maybe that was what the roots were supposed to look like.
Could have been. You could have found a fish that looked like that in the water at one point. Good lord. What if there were plants that took over the people? Oh, like the poisonous fungi. That could have been a thing.
And we just briefly saw Agrippa.
Here's a 3D design of what that like last area that I was in looked like, where I was running across the bridges. Environmental designs for the posters, the outside of the castle in the first session. More artwork of like the inner sanctum, the freaking choir where all the guys were killing me and stuff. The sewers, that stupid baby-looking fountain.
Man.
God.
And here's it like modeled in. I don't know. Maybe they're using Maya, but there it is, like how they modeled it. A potential design for what the main menu would have looked like.
Well, it doesn't look that different from the
in
final one.
background.
Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah, just without the render. There's the Orb Chamber, different designs for that final boss room. That would have been cool if it looked like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool.
With like alternate walls, a freaking massive beam. That could have been cool looking. Or there was a freaking like, or you could see a rift behind it. That would have been okay. So
Yeah.
different designs. There are ideas. Night. Oh, if it was all dark and stuff with the lantern. There's the transept that I was in earlier. See if there's anything else. I'm in like gushing mode here. Miscellaneous. There's the portrait of Alexander the meme. Photo. When he went insane. It's like this.
He looks like a codfish.
These posters of the torture things that we saw across on the rooms. What else? You can see some design photos and stuff. Like genuinely, like here's an idea they had of like how they mapped out the entire game. Like you would have started off in the prison. You would have gone to the cistern, the sewers, see the torture chambers. They never discredit, just even though it looks simple, never discredit like organizing your projects and works like this. Just like a little like logic map.
Yeah.
Here's an old idea they had for like a map that they would have used at one point. Herbert's Lost Diary, like I guess you could listen to like the audio files of what could have gone into the game at one point. Let me see if I can. You won't be able to hear it anyway through the screen share. Yeah, here's designs for how the engine would have looked like. This is literally just notes they took on how will the engine, because they were developing a brand new engine for this. How will it react to things and like develop their own UI and stuff. And then they even have some test videos and things of them just tinkering about in the model and stuff. I do not care for media player. I prefer VLC. Can I open it up in VLC? Thank you.
As far as you
There
don't
it
just make
goes.
that the default.
I probably should just make that the default. So here's them like loading up the prison file. I don't know. It may not be like it may not necessarily be like the big like interviews and stuff, but I think it's really neat that you can see all of this. Oh no, you can't hear audio. Nice. Like I do think it's
those
neat to
numbers take me
see.
back.
Whoa.
But I think it's really cool to see like these design documents, and you could have picked up pouches of coins in the original called a sanity potion. Like the old. I just think they're neat. I just think it's a really. Cool thing they're neat.
It is neat.
So yeah, I think that's a very cool idea for a little goodie that you can unlock, and yeah, I will now stop the screen share there, but yeah. And I will have like some music playing or something throughout that. What did you guys think of the little experience seeing Amnesia for the first time for some of you?
Well, I think we should let Doug go first, since he's been a bit quiet through a good chunk of the finale.
So sorry.
No, it's all good. I just didn't have really much anything to talk about, really. Like I said in the first session, it's been close to a decade, or over a decade, since I last paid attention to Amnesia: The Dark Descent. But I still appreciate the legacy it holds behind, especially for the YouTube game back then for horror stuff. I really still appreciate it to this very day, because that's also one of the reasons why I'm a horror fan. And, I don't know. You goddamn bot. But, no, I still appreciate this game to this very day. Like, just the whole thing behind it, I still love it. And seeing this in full again, it was one hell of a ride again.
I had a lot of fun just revisiting this little fun game again. Jordy, I guess since you hadn't had a chance, you mainly were at the first session and the very last one. What did you think of, I guess, the bookends of the game?
I thought it was pretty creative, honestly. Like, it had like that nice touch of horror that was like just perfect. Like, it wasn't overwhelming and it wasn't underwhelming either. It was really the perfect level of it, and you know, considering that this game came out in 2010, which was like 14 years ago, it still holds up to this day.
Nice. Yeah, I think so too. And granted, if they were ever to go back and do some sort of like remaster and like they're in their new engine with like new updated lighting and stuff, I would not be against it.
Me neither.
Because I think the story is definitely there, especially in this new, this newfangled, era of remasters and horror game revivals and stuff. James, how about you? What did you think of seeing this game?
I mean, it was nice to finally see it from beginning to end after knowing most of it via osmosis for the past, 10-something years since its release. And just... honestly, not sure what else I can really say about it. It looked like it served as a nice, basis for, future indie horror games to follow. And, I mean, its influence is very much, felt all throughout everything else that's come out since then.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, the only other thing I'd say is... I like Flap Lips.
Flap Lips is a good dude. He's a good man.
Flap Lips McGee!
Fine, I guess. How about you, Hype? Assuming this is your first time having seen the game in its entirety.
Yeah, the first time in its entirety. Again, the only other times I've really been exposed to it outside of now is I mentioned the Flipping Ding Dong video a couple parts ago, and what bits of it I saw during Caddy's big indie horror game video that he did last year. From what I've seen of it, I can understand where it's earned its legacy. Like I said, I don't know if it's something I'd really go out of my way to try, considering I'm not a big horror buff to begin with. So I don't think I can be able to, really digest a lot of what all the game is giving. But I can respect what it sets out to do, because it does its job pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think so. I very much appreciate being able to share this game. And I don't know if I'll cover the other games that Frictionals has done. Again, Machine for Pigs could be interesting, but Machine for Pigs, I'll say, it's okay, but it's not. I don't think it's quite as good as this one was.
You did bring up earlier that it could just be summed up as a walking simulator.
Well, it's made by people who did it. They do have some. There are I think 1 or 2 puzzles, but it's mostly meant to be a story you're just experiencing as you walk around. It's an interesting little puzzle with some interesting little threats that you actually have to run away from at some points. But I don't know. And then I don't know if I would do Bunker, because I hear Bunker's monster design is not quite as great. Genuinely, just the most I've been hearing about is Soma. I think is an incredible story, but I think it's a bit of a game that's kind of long in the tooth. I don't know if it would quite translate well to the us doing the commentary of it. But I love Soma's story. Cannot recommend it enough. Bunker, I hear, again, is decent. Very wonderful lighting, and the new engine is great. But the most I've heard and most I can imagine is that I think Amnesia: The Dark Descent, just the OG. I think it's just. I think it's. Well, I would think it's at the very least, because I think Soma Stories I think Soma Stories is a lot better actually, but. Just in terms of gameplay, in terms of it not being super wordy, so it gives us time to talk and have random goofs and gaffes happen. I just feel like Amnesia, The Dark Descent, was the most creative with its creature designs and ideas at first, and Machine for Pigs came a little bit later, again, kind of meh, and Bunker probably won't really do, because I'm a little bit of a baby about that one. I don't know. So this will probably be the last Frictional games we cover on this channel, or at least that I cover. But if you guys want to step up and give it a whirl, by all means. No, but no. Thank you for joining me for showing this off for Spooky Month. I'm gonna keep the spooks coming. Between Doug and I, we gotta get this. We gotta get some scares happening on this channel.
Yep.
And just like the Treehouse of Horror, a lot of it, and some of it's probably gonna bleed past October.
Hey. Oh boy, join us next time as we're going to cover the Voltron adaptation. I feel like Treehouse of Horror is done. I feel like Treehouse of Horror is done something like that. Where do you ever get that impression? Some of the Treehouse of Horrors didn't even cover scary stories. They just would cover weird ones just because they knew they could do something that wasn't canon and they could just get away with whatever.
I mean, that's just kind of the whole point of it. They just use it as a means to do whatever the fuck they want.
This truly is a disturbing universe.
Fare thee well, everyone.
Till next time.
Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
And the bees!